Hey there, I'm Drew Badger, the world's #1 English fluency guide, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to a new kind of video. I've been experimenting, as I usually do, with different kinds of lessons, and one in particular was one I started doing recently with my free newsletter subscribers. So all of the people that I teach, these are my personal students, and I teach them for free, just giving lots of tips via email. And if you'd like to join them, you can click on the button. Maybe I'll just put a little button up here, or just a little link, something like that. And if you're on a mobile device, you can click on the link in the upper right of your screen, and you'll be able to, it's kind of like a little eye inside of a circle if you move your mouse over it or click on that. Anyway, what I'd like to talk about is something I've been doing with my newsletter subscribers lately, and this is actually talking about some lessons that I get from real life, just from things every day with my wife. So my wife is Japanese, and she's learning English. Actually, her English is really good and much better than my Japanese, actually. But she and I continue to teach each other things, and we're both trying to help each other as best we can. But it's a really great thing when we can help each other in real situations. And so I've been sharing some of these particular things with just newsletter subscribers, but I thought I would also make a video so you can just see kind of an example of something. And I may not have a particular schedule for these, but if you enjoy them, so click on this video to like it and subscribe to get more. But if you do enjoy this, let me know in the comments, and that will tell me to make some more of these. So people have been enjoying them thus far with the newsletter, so I figured I would make a video and also see if people would be enjoying that as well. Figured it would probably work. Anyway, basically here's the situation. So I was talking with my wife about, where is her mother-in-law. So her mother-in-law is here, and she had gone to go to the Gap, actually. We have just a regular Gap store. Clothing store, if you're not familiar. So there's one here in Nagasaki, and I was saying, oh, where did your mother go? And she said, oh, she went to the store to take back a shirt that we had got for our daughter, and she said that the shirt got a hole in it. So I was asking, oh, like we put a hole in the shirt, or the shirt had a hole before we got it? So if you buy some clothes and you put a hole in that and try to take it back to the store, then they're not going to take it back. But if the hole was already there when you got it and you just didn't notice it before, and sometimes this happens with clothing, then the store will take the clothing back. So you can take something there and they will take it back, or you can exchange it or get your money back or something like that. Anyway, so what I was explaining to my wife when she said, oh, it got a hole in it. So it got a hole in it. Now this is actually something I'm teaching in Master English Conversation this month, but this is talking about the difference between have and got and have got. Now this is a little bit tricky, but I just want to give you something basic here. In this example, when you're talking about the clothing, or let's say in this example, a shirt, you can say the shirt has a hole in it. Now if you say the shirt has a hole in it, or using the past tense, the shirt had a hole in it, then that means when we bought the shirt, it had a hole in it. But if you say the shirt got a hole in it, that means that after we got the shirt, something had changed about the shirt. So when you talk about getting something else, it means to possess or to move to a different position, so something to change. Now have and have got mean the same thing. So here's kind of the tricky thing in this situation. So have and have got don't always mean the same thing, but in this situation you could say the shirt has got a hole in it, or the shirt's got a hole in it. The shirt's got a hole in it. The shirt's got a hole in it. Or the shirt has a hole. The shirt has a hole. So it means we bought something and it had a hole already, or it has got a hole now, but it's not our fault. So we didn't put that in there. But if we put the hole in the shirt somehow, then the shirt got a hole because of us. So I was asking her, oh, which is it? Does the shirt have a hole, or did it get a hole because of something we did? And so she was saying, oh, the shirt had a hole in it. So this is something you can think about for your own lessons when you're thinking about, does something have a hole or something, or has it got a hole? So both of those things you can say in this situation, they mean the same thing. Something has got a hole, or something got a hole if you're just talking about it was receiving a hole or becoming a hole, that kind of thing, after you'd already purchased the shirt. So think about the differences here. You know, it's interesting when you can think about just specific examples, and hopefully you remember this one because of the specific example. But if you enjoyed this lesson, I look forward to making more of these. Let me know in the comments down below. Actually, I encourage you try using this. So if you can actually make, you know, 2 sentences. So one of them is using have and the other is using got. So one is talking about like a previous condition, like the shirt had a hole in it, and the other is talking about, you know, something happening to that, like I got sick. So if I went to a store and, you know, I like actually got a sickness from somebody like that, so I'm changing, something is becoming, I'm becoming sick. So I got something like that. But if I had a sickness already, I'm not getting it from the store, I had it before I went there. So again, that's one of the interesting differences about this. And when you're learning through stories in this way and through actual real life situations, it's going to help you remember much more clearly, and hopefully help you use things in conversations without thinking about them so much. If you enjoyed this lesson, do like it, and feel free to share and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber to English Anyone here on YouTube. And I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Bye-bye. To continue learning, click on the link in this video to download Speak English Naturally, our free guide to speaking and sounding like a native English speaker. The guide reveals the 3 most important kinds of conversational English you must learn if you want to sound native, and will help you experience instant improvement in your fluency and speaking confidence. To download your free guide on a mobile device, click on the link in the upper right of this video. To download your free guide from a computer, click on the link in the lower right of this video. I look forward to seeing you in the guide.